Hello, it's Richard here from Data8, talking you through our latest series on our online data cleansing tool, Data8Online. Today we're going to have a look at how we can download the results of a job we've previously uploaded. First thing is to get to this page here, click on Dashboard and the Data Cleansing tab. And then we need to click on the Purchase Results link adjacent to the job that we want to buy. First thing to understand as we go through this wizard is that by default everything is turned on. You're going to buy everything and your job now is to tick some of them off that you're not interested in and configure any of the options according to your desires and your needs. So for example, here we can see that we've got the Path Cleansing tab. We can start off by understanding what path cleansing is all about by clicking on the Details link. Details then shows us exactly what that service is all about. Pricing equally shows us how this service is priced exactly, and statistics shows us part of the audit report just relevant to this service. We can also hover over all the information icons to find out what these various options do. So I can turn some of them off and I can configure them and say this is only have 5 address lines. Then we move on, we can have a look at country detection and we can say I want to buy that. We'll find out what it is by clicking on the details. We can find out how it's priced by clicking on the pricing tab. And we move on to the next one. A nice shortcut to remember is that if we're not interested in any of this at all, we're on the names and profiling section here, we can deselect all and move on to next. Again, with validation, when maybe we're not interested in any of the validation services, so we simply click deselect all and move next. And as we're doing a mailing file in this example, we're not interested in any telephone numbers either. However, when it comes to our preference services, whilst we're not interested in the TPS, we are interested in the MPS, so we can leave that one on. We can have a look at the statistics and see that there are 20 records there. And we can also have a look at the ROI that we get from using this service. The ROI shows us that we'll get a £19.67 return based on just one marketing campaign, assuming that each pack that we're going to send costs £1. If it costs 60p, we can change it to 60p and we'll adjust our return on investment. Clicking next, we can then move on to the suppression services in the wizard. Gonaways can be configured by choosing a level, and this affects our price. It affects the number of hits and affects the price. So as we change these, we can see that the price changed. Similarly, if you append flags, that's a different price to suppressing records. Again, hovering over the information icon tells us exactly what this option does. We're going to leave it on suppress records here and get the price for that. And we're going to turn off deduplicate because we're not interested in the duplicates because there were none on this job. Hitting next moves us onto the final screen, which is a summary of all the bits that we've got in our basket now, total price, agreed terms and conditions, hit purchase, going through the purchase wizard that you'll have to do, and wait for the results to process. As soon as they're processed, we can click on the download cleanse data and we'll be able to see our job now. We'll be able to purchase more cleanse data. We've already been through that. What we want to do now is to have a look at the invoice that we can have a look at. That breaks it down and shows us exactly what we bought. We can have a look at the file format. This is your go-to document to understand exactly what data we've given you back. It explains each field that we've added and gives you a detailed description on the codes. Or you can download the data here, and here we can see an example of the data file that we processed. In this example, we've got a key finding here is that the first columns are unchanged from what you submitted to us. So the first n columns in this particular case are exactly the same as you gave us. What we've done is we've added our columns on the right-hand side as new columns of your data. We've got a new path address there that we bought. We've got some country detection, shows us what country the record is in, and we've also got an MPS flag added on the end there. So this shows us exactly all the data we've got. The other thing we can see is that we don't have 109 records as we started because we suppressed records, so we can see that there are some records now that have been removed from our file and only 46 records remain. Thanks for watching. Look out for more videos on data cleansing. To contact us, please find the details of our website. Keep safe.